What's up YouTube, this is Scrafty here. You might know me as Dinosaur Craig from my own channel. I'm going to go ahead and do a team channel with my friend from Facebook. He's going to be going by Volt. He's mostly going to be doing Wi-Fi battles. I'm going to mostly be doing the TCGO. I might do some Wi-Fi battles here and there. I guess a fact about me is I've liked the TCG since Diamond and Pearl. So yeah, we're going to have a TCG battle here for you guys today. Since Next Destinies has come out, Mewtwo has been a real pain in the butt. I thought it's a good card. The problem is it's a little bit overpowered and it can be put in just about any deck. So I built this deck to sort of be anti-Mewtwo deck. It doesn't actually end up facing a Mewtwo deck in this battle. I'll try to explain what it does, and I'm sure you'll be able to see it work against Mewtwo later. Anyways, I'm going to start off with the Mew. He's the main Pokemon in this deck. And I actually still got a perfect hand. I got a Mew and then a Collector to grab the 3 other Pokemon in this deck to make the mechanic work. Because Mew's got a free retreat cost, I'm able to retreat it without having to discard any energy. Which means that I can bring out my Relicanth and go ahead and give it a Steel Energy and be able to attack right off the bat. I see that he's got an Axew and a Thera Seed. Not particularly worried about either of those. The Haxorus could be a problem later. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to do the Prehistoric Wisdom. It's going to let me take a card from my hand and put it into the Lost Zone and draw 3 cards. Now the benefit to that is that Mew's ability allows it to use any moves of any Pokemon in the Lost Zone as long as it has the right energy. Which means I'm able to use Iron Breaker or Energy Press. Energy Press is really good against Mewtwo, particularly when Mewtwo's got a weakness to Psychic. The other Pokemon is Victini, which I just milled into the Lost Zone. How it works is if I have a full bench, it can do 100 damage for a Fire Energy and any other energy. So this means that it's a one-hit KO against Mewtwo. Anyways, just to play a little bit of catch up here, he put a Steel Energy and evolved his Axew into a Fracture. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to Prehistoric Draw. I'm going to get rid of that Power Plus. They're kind of useful in this deck. I kind of have them as filler right now. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to draw another Power Plus, a Revive, and a Catcher, which are all really nice to have for this deck in particular. He's going to go ahead and put a Cobalion down. I really hate seeing enemy Cobalions, and he's going to evolve into Haxorus, so he got a pretty quick evolution there. I don't have time to really play around. I'm going to go ahead and I thought about capturing out the Haxorus, but it could turn around and knock me out next turn if it gets lucky with the tail flip. It's not a risk I really want to take. Without really thinking it out, the Cobalion will be able to take me out next turn anyways. I'm going to go ahead and just use the V-Create since my bench is full with the Mew's ability. Because he's got a resistance to Psychic, it only does 80 damage unfortunately, and then he has that nasty Rescue Energy attached, which means if I knock it out, he's going to get it back to his hand. So that's a tad bit unfortunate. I'm going to go ahead and stick that Cobalion down on my bench just to keep my bench full. I'm going to give the second Mew a Fire Energy, and then I'm just going to go ahead, as much as I want to keep the Revives and the Catcher, I really don't have any other options right now, so I'm just going to go ahead and Eek. I was really hoping to stay asleep for a turn, give me another turn of setup. Unfortunately, that doesn't pan out, and he's going to put another Steel Energy on to knock me out with an Iron Breaker. I send out the Mew, and unfortunately, Victini comes a turn too late. I would much rather be using Victini's right now as opposed to the Mew because of his resistance. However, 160 damage is more than a Cobalion can handle, and with the 2 V-Creates from the Mews, I'm able to knock it out. I'm just going to go ahead and bring in this Thera Seed here. Not sure why. He's going to play Pokeball. How this works, if he gets heads, he can search his deck for a basic Pokemon and add it to his hand. He's going to get the arguably less powerful Cobalion. I considered using it in this deck just because it can do 100 damage. But after thinking about it, the other one's more versatile. He's going to go ahead and self-destruct there. The safe switch in with his Cobalion and gives him a prize card, but because it knocks out his Ferroseed, it's also a free prize card for me, which is nice. I mean, I'm still one behind him, but I mean, that's okay. I'm going to go ahead and wanted more time to set up, so I'm going to just send out the Relicanth and basically fodder that out. He's going to go ahead and use the dual Pokeball. Same as Pokeball, when you flip 2 coins, he's going to grab a Dratini. Go ahead and stick that on the bench, and then he's going to play Professor Elm. And this is going to let him search out for an evolution card. And he grabs the Dragonite, which leads me to believe that he's either got rare candies or he has the Dragoneer already. He only gets 1 heads, so he's only going to do 30 damage thanks to my Eviolite. I get my Victini set up just fine. And I really don't have anything else to really do. I got my Victini set up, so I'm just going to go ahead and end my turn. He's going to go ahead and evolve into the Dragoneer there. I'm not too worried about it. I could, if I needed to, capture it out next turn and go ahead and take care of that problem. But he's going to go ahead and, much to my surprise, go for the Giga Impact, which is going to do 100 damage to me, 120 normally, and take out the Relicanth. A bit of a problem. You know, what can you do? I'm going to go ahead and play the Revive, and then put a Cobalion on the bench, so I got a full bench. The thing is he can't attack this turn, or his next turn, because of the Giga Impact. However, I'm going to take advantage of this. I'm going to start setting up my Cobalion, and I'm going to go ahead and just smack the Haxorus for a good 100 damage. He's either going to have to retreat or stay in and let it die. He's going to put an energy, seeing as how he's got nothing on his bench to really handle, like he can't attack with anything, so I figured he was just going to stay in and let it die. But instead what he's going to do is he's going to play a Burnt Tower. This will let us each flip a coin at each of our turns, and if we get heads, we'll be able to get a basic energy back from our discard pile. It did matter quite a bit in this game, particularly for me. As you can see, my hand right now is a little low on energy. But then he retreats into the Cobalion, and I don't understand why, until he plays Energy Switch. It's not a real common card. I don't think I've ever really seen anybody play it online here. But what it's going to let him do is it's going to let him move the last energy from his Haxorus onto his Cobalion there, and allow him to do 30 damage and force a switch. The unfortunate thing for him is he doesn't get to choose what comes out, which means I can just bring up my Mew, who's got a free retreat cost, like I explained earlier, and I can just immediately turn around and bring out the Victini again. I pull a Prism Energy on a basic Pokemon. It counts as any kind of energy. I considered putting it on Mew because it's perfect for Mew in this deck. But I decide I'm going to need the extra Steel Energy for Cobalion, so I go ahead and I just stick that on. I had forgotten about the Burnt Tower, but here I'm just going to pull another Steel Energy back. I mean, the more Steel Energy I had, the better, particularly with 3 Cobalions. And then I'm going to go ahead and V-Create, and because of the Fire weakness, I'm going to be able to do 200 damage. So, that move of his when he forced the switch and then I was able to just bring back out the Victini, it really turned the game around. I don't know if he thought that he got to choose what came out, or if he thought that Mew had a retreat cost. I'm not sure. Either way, he could have also just been looking to do an attack. Either way, it really turned the game around. Okay, yeah, so he's gonna do Sage. This lets him look at the top 5 cards, pick 2, and the other 3 go to the graveyard, or the discard pile. Burnt Tower is gonna let him get back that Steel Energy that he milled there, so that worked out really well for him. It's kind of a cool little combo going there. He brings in this Haxorus just to fodder it out. What he doesn't know is that I've got the catcher in my hand. So what's going to happen here, my plan is I'm going to go ahead and I think I fully power up my Cobalion there on the bench. Yeah. And then I'm going to go ahead and catcher out his benched Cobalion. It'll be a pain in the butt later, and I can just take care of it now. Since I've got a full bench, I might as well take advantage of it. I do have Collector to fill up my bench later if I need to. But you know, there's no reason not to do it. So ties up the game, which is pretty interesting. He's going to bring in that Haxorus again, who can't do anything with no energy on it. Pretty much as fodder. It'll allow me to get another KO here. He's slowly powering up that Dragonite on the bench there. He gets Tails this time, unfortunately. I think it ends up working out because I think I also get Tails on my next turn. I draw into a Violite. I'm going to go ahead and stick that on the Cobalion just to reduce some damage from it, since I feel like the rest of the game is going to be sort of dictated by how long I can keep that first Cobalion living. Smacking with 100 on V Create with the Mew is going to be useful, so I'm going to go ahead and put that Prism Energy down on that second Mew. Fail at getting an energy back, and I'm just going to go ahead and take out the Haxorus with a good, nice V Create. I really like this Victini. I've got a deck that abuses it in real life. I use it with the Jump Fluff. I'm considering building a similar deck to it here online. I'm playing around with that. But let's see here. He's gonna bring out his Dragonite, play Twins. This is kind of a cool card. It lets, since he's behind now, he can search his deck for any 2 cards, and the nice thing about it is he doesn't have to show me what he grabs. So if you're behind, it really can help maybe turn things around depending upon how bad of a situation you're in. For him, he's able to grab a double colorless, which is going to be enough to power up his Dragonite to do at least 50 damage, which is enough to take out my Victini. And he ties the game back up. So now both down to our last Pokemon. I'm really not worried. I think I've got this one in the bag. With the fully powered Cobalion, I'm able to do Iron Breaker, which is going to do 80 damage and keep him from attacking, and then next turn I'll be able to take him out. Just for safe measure though, I am going to go ahead and stick an energy on Mew, try to pull another energy back, because anything could happen. He could catch her or something like that. But, you know, just to be safe. Go ahead, Iron Breaker there. Then he's going to play a Potion, another card I don't see very often. The unfortunate thing about the Pokemon card game is it sort of seems like you could have 2 good players of equal skill playing, and the one that has just the better cards will generally win. He does play some pretty cool combos here, like this one. He's going to go ahead and he's going to switch out the Dragonite, bring in the Dratini. I thought it could maybe paralyze, but it can't. And then he's going to retreat it and bring out the Dragonite. And what this is going to allow him to do is it'll free up his Dragonite to be able to attack. And then he's going to go ahead and he's going to get rid of my hand in hopes probably to slow me down a bit. Maybe he was looking to hopefully draw something. Since we both only have 1 prize card left, how N works is you shuffle out your hand and draw cards equal to your prize cards. Really not a big deal. I'm going to go ahead and pull back an energy. And let's see here. I think if this is the point where my opponent realizes that he can't do anything. I've got the game, so he's going to go ahead and run. It was a really fun game. I really enjoyed it, and I hope you guys did too. And we'll see you next time, YouTube.